Did you watch Leave the World Behind?
Yeah.
Okay, super.
But that's
so
oh yeah. It's a few weeks ago now that I watched it.
yeah. So that movie was super telling for me. I posted that it was like brilliant and insightful, and then I got like a weird question mark on it. Like, what? What are you talking about? But the way that they,
I loved it. There was question.
I loved it too.
I loved it too, and I think the controversy was like the ending and stuff. I thought the ending was good.
No, but right, I totally. That's so funny because like Tara's sister asked me like, "What do you think of the ending?" And I was like, "Oh no, I thought it was genius, right?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Why?" And I was like, "No, because like for us, that's us. We're looking for
Exactly.
to numb ourselves as this is all happening. She just wants to watch Friends,
Yeah.
and she wants to like fill herself with junk food and just like if it's burning, let me just entertain myself while we can." It's so funny. She's like, "Oh wow, you saw a deeper meaning there." I was like, "Yeah, the movie."
Yeah, that was the point. Yeah, that's what I got from
it. Wasn't literal, Actually, what's really funny about it too?
I mean, she was
I was
asking for
watching
like I think that was telling throughout the movie. She kept asking, what happened at the end? Nobody was telling her the ending of Friends.
Yeah.
That was more important to her
about, right?
than the end of the world.
Yeah, facts.
Exactly.
Facts. And that is us. Like we are heading towards this thing that people are warning about, and all we can do is just really entertain ourselves because we can't do anything about it. It's almost like I don't know. It's like apathy, but
it's both. Yeah,
apathy.
because even when she all spoilers, but like when she found the bunker, like what else are we going to do in that kind of world?
Totally.
We're just going to be entertaining ourselves. We're going to watch stuff. That's just the normal thing that we all do.
Yeah, totally. I think I talked about this during COVID, but when I was a little kid and we were playing like online video games, and I was in my basement, and I was thinking about how it'd be weird if the outside world was like toxic, and all we could do was communicate through these computers. Like if you go back to the old COVID podcast, like I talked about this thought I had, and that literally would be what we'd be doing. Like we would just be entertaining ourselves in these bunkers.
Yeah.
We'd like have these online worlds, but who would be brave enough to make sure that the internet's still going and like the power's still there? You know what I mean? Like those would be the real heroes. But there's
other levels to it too, where it's like, well, we live in an internet world. We don't own anything, right? We're not.
Yes.
Once we lose the Netflix,
dude, that's freaky.
Like even like we don't buy physical movies anymore. They're all done. They're all gone.
That's why they have the physical.
Yeah,
thing,
exactly.
Right, the physical DVDs at the very end. Yeah,
because that's the only thing that I think it's like. There's multiple meanings to that too, because it's like we don't own any of this anymore. We're as soon as the internet's down, we're losing it all.
There's this guy, I forgot who he was, but he posted this thing where it's like, I don't know when the power grid's gonna go down, but the power grid is gonna go down. Like that's kind of like doom and gloom for 2024, but scientists have been talking about like a solar flare that'll like knock out the internet and stuff.
Sure.
And I had this revelation a while back because my work is primarily online, and I was like, all of these interactions are on our phone or computer. If I shut this off, you don't exist anymore. How trippy is that?
Yeah.
Like fearing that you have to like get a project done or like speak to your boss or like, I don't know, anything related to digital interaction, just turn the internet off, bro. Like, oh, it's power outage.
Yeah.
And it's like,
right.
You're not actually accountable for anything. None of this is real. Only like physical things are real. But I guess, can you say it's really not real? Is it real? Is what we're doing real? It is to some degree,
depends.
but like,
like
how you define real, I guess.
Sure, yeah. There's degrees to it, I guess. Levels.
Yeah. But like physically, you are not physically real to me right now. And what's that going to be like if there is like a power outage, solar flare, like it's done? You know,
Yeah.
how would we
I,
even like in the movie Leave the World Behind? Remember the dad was just going off
mm-hmm.
about he's like, I'm so useless without the GPS and like
Yes.
whatever. It's like, yeah, that's the same, bro. Like
Exactly.
I don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've built up such a level of comfort, but if we took out power, we'd be done. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of freaky, right?
That's what
Like
we rely
it's
on. Yeah, I know.
right. It's like it's so paper thin too.
But how quickly it changed too, though, right? Like our parents' generation, they had physical things. If the world went out at that time, they probably would have survived through it
Yeah,
in some fashion,
yeah,
right?
because we didn't really rely on it as much, though.
No, exactly. Now our reliability on the internet, everything relies on that.
Yeah, yeah, quite literally. Actually, I was picking up a card from Dollarama, and what would we do before FaceTime? You know, because I was like, which card should I get? And then Tara's just like, FaceTime me. I was like, okay, cool. And I
Yeah,
was like, whoa,
same.
this is weird, bro. You know what I mean? Whereas before, like you'd have like a weird description, like there's a bunny on the front and it says this.
Yeah.
But now you can like physically see, like, oh, I like that one, not
Right.
that one.
See.
Wild. Well, like our level of like comfort is at an all time high.
It's comfort and convenience. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
But there's risks to it
yeah.
all. Yeah.
But what do we have that's real? You know, like even as simple as I remember when the power was out a long time ago, in our parents' house, and we're like, how do we open the garage if the power's out because it's locked?
Yeah.
You know, now our cars are trapped inside. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like what? Yeah, what do we do if everything shut off?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Yeah,
I got it like
one thing,
even with I love that movie. It was really good. I was
yeah,
waiting for you
thought
to
it was
see
great.
it. Then I was gonna explain to you, but you already saw that other stuff. Where just like Obama's production company was part of this. He did a lot of the
Yeah, I didn't know that
changing
until
the script and stuff to get it more realistic.
yeah, totally. I could see that.
I feel like this is like one of the fears of being a president.
Oh my god, that's so funny you just said that. So okay, so as you were watching the movie, it was filmed like a horror movie. Okay.
Yeah.
And like Tara's like, she's like, oh, I don't want to watch this movie. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And I was like, trust me, it'll all make sense and it'll be so logical. Like midway through, and she kept going like, when's it going to be explained? But then I realized, oh, it actually gets explained at the end. It's not actually midway through because I kept like prompting, like, hold on, it's almost there. It's almost there. And then we were at the end of the movie. I was like, oh,
Okay.
never mind. Sorry. But so one thing she said was, is this Obama's biggest fear put into a movie?
That's what I got. Where it's like I don't think it's Obama's.
Yeah.
It could have been Obama's, but I feel like this is a president's fear, which is civil war, because it hasn't happened since
Yeah,
Abraham Lincoln's
true.
time, and it feels like that's kind of like the vibe or the energy that's there, especially after Trump.
For sure.
That it's much more of a being a president. This is a fear of a civil war.
Yeah.
Just
But
yeah.
okay, but with that though, I also got that it was like they were using their tactics against them. Remember, they're like, this is a multi-stage attack that we use. It's the most cost-efficient way to bring down governments, which is like you confuse them and then you make no
Yep.
enemy, and then they just infight with themselves. And I was thinking, like, how accurate is this movie? Like, this is like the big fear that we'd all fight each other, but what are the chances that we'd all just unify?
Well,
Yeah.
this is the fear of that. We don't. If we unify, then it's different, right? It's a different world.
Oh, this is like the opposite end
yeah,
of like
yeah.
this
yeah.
could go good
If
or
it goes
bad.
in this direction,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, and like that's what they were showing, like the whole misinformation. That's the other thing that generally happens now, right? Misinformation of news, where is
Yeah.
generating fear. Like where one side of the world got like the pamphlets that were like,
Korean or Chinese.
yeah, and then the other side was getting Middle Eastern or Islamic Arabic sayings, right? So like that's causing the confusion. That's bringing about all that kind of stuff. So that's like misinformation.
Although that one dude said like we've made a lot of enemies, so like maybe they've just teamed up. And you're like, actually, maybe that.
No, that's what it seemed like at first. Because as you're going through the movie, it's like, is this an attack from the enemy? But then you find out by the end that this is it's a civil war.
Oh, what they want to set in motion.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but who is the actual enemy though? Like it might not be just one.
No. It's a civil war in the sense like it's the rebels and the military. It's the.
Hey, wait, what do you mean? You think it was inside job?
Yeah, it's not from another country.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't get that.
I get it. I viewed it like it's a civil war.
That's a different movie if it is a civil war, bro. Yeah, that's a totally different movie if it's because it's like, why would you?
That's why I sent the other trailer for the other movie, that Civil War one. That's where I felt like I think my brother said like if you watch this movie, then watch that trailer. Then that's about Civil War. It says it's Civil War, right? Where this was
that's so interesting.
Yeah, this is where like you don't know what's going on. I thought, is it a fight? Is it a war between the other countries? Like they add all that stuff, but I feel like that's just what we're assuming to the point. I think at the end, I don't remember what it exactly said on the screen now, but what I felt like it was. I think it was. It's more like a civil war.
Oh wow! If you look at it as like a civil war, that's even freakier because that could happen. Because who would attack America to that degree? Like, who would hack it?
Only within America. Their own military has this power.
Wow, that's trippy. Oh, that actually makes the movie even better now. If you watch it through a Civil War perspective, yeah. I mean, there's so many things now that make you worried about the future that I don't know. Just like I really feel. Okay, wait, hold on. It's two things. Either we are, because my sister asked me about this as well, like with the UFOs. She's like, "How do you know it's real?" And I'm like, "Oh," I started explaining, and then she's like, "Oh, so should we just like buy like water and like?" And I'm like, "No, because that's just more marketing. We've been doing that, and I think that was really brought on by our generation. You know, Y2K, 2012. What was the next? Remember they kept pushing it back, like the Mayan calendar says that.
Oh yeah. End of the day.
Right, you know what I mean?
Or something.
Right,
end of the world, yeah.
And then like, oh, global warming is going to happen at this time, and like, so we really thought
we've been adding, right? End of the world schemes.
Yeah, but it almost makes it sort of, in a way, the boy who cried wolf. Because you're like, how many times am I going to think that world's going to end before I just realize, oh, it's not going to end? You know, because when my sister was like,
I wonder if these movies, as they're there, it's more like it's teaching us a lesson and stuff like that. And I feel like we all, even through the Mayan end of the world or whatever, even there were movies at the time of and it's kind of like teaching us a movie. Maybe like that's why it's like we haven't fallen to it yet, to a point of end of the world. I don't think we're gonna get there, but I think these are movies that keep reminding us of things that are. Why we shouldn't get to that point. Yeah.
But there's certain the ones that we couldn't fix, you know what I mean? Like the Y2K one. Remember everyone's like, oh, because it's 000, the computers won't actually know that it's 000 and the calendars will be all messed up. But like to me, I was like, wouldn't somebody have thought of that? Like, really? You built all these computers and you didn't?
No, I think it's more like I think if you actually talk to a person that knew of these things, I don't think it was like, no, this is nonsense. Somebody made this like conspiracy up that could just spread like as if it's real news. Yeah,
totally. But like going back to the water thing, I'm like, I think it's just a marketing ploy because we keep going back to, you know, the end of the world stuff. And we just keep generating more sales for random products.
Sure.
Like, how many people have?
That's true too. Yeah. No, I think it could be both. Yeah, people will misuse it to take, like, sell more water or sell this or whatever.
Yeah,
of course, yeah.
but how? Like, all right. So what's also freaking me out is like, how many times do you do it before the boy who cried wolf doesn't get listened to anymore when it's time to really listen?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
I saw those posts about like solar flare from the sun's gonna knock off our power grid, and like the day passed, and you're like, well, nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what if something serious is gonna happen? And we're like, I don't believe you. It's not gonna.
Right.